Hi, thanks for coming on. Andy speaking. Sunday morning, 20th of November. Looking ahead to games today, tomorrow and Tuesday in the World Cup. And there's one bet on here which I think is I'm not going to say it's a certainty, but I think it's as close to a good thing as you can get. And we're looking at a really decent return on our investment, profit on investment, if we make this bet. Obviously, you don't have to follow along. It's entirely up to you, but what I'm going to do is I will show you the bets I'm having at the World Cup, and it's up to you whether you want to follow me in or form your own opinions. It's entirely up to you. Very good day yesterday. So happy Cheltenham beat Wycombe. I'd been umming and ahhing on that bet for 3 days. I was with it, then I wasn't, then I was again. And I just thought, no, there's so much value in it. There's a point in it. 11-4, cracking price, and Northampton as well. Great price for them to win at Bradford. Bradford aren't great at home. Brilliant away, not so good at home. So it was a really decent day, and I'm so glad we sidestepped Scotland by that one bet. Very tricky coupon. Some odd results. And I think, it was best to keep your hands in your pocket north of the border. National League was great as well, so it was a fantastic weekend. So let's hope we can add to it, and let's go through these games, and I'll give you this bet, which I think is as close to a good thing as you can get. Right, we'll go through these games today, tomorrow and Tuesday. I'll give you the bets I'm having, and we'll stick them in all in the World Cup table, and we'll run through that quickly in a minute. Right, Qatar Ecuador's later today, 28-28, 44. We have discussed this game before. I think Ecuador should win. I think they're not too bad a side. I mean, I think if you get any team that finishes above the likes of, Chile, Colombia, Paraguay, I'm not saying they're great sides, but, if Chile, Colombia or Paraguay were lining up against Qatar, I'd fancy them to beat them, and Ecuador would prove to be better than those three teams. So I do think they'll make a winning start. The hosts, I know, never usually lose the first game, but I think this is a World Cup it's a bit of a difference, isn't it? I mean, there's certain things I'm not happy with this World Cup, but I'm not going to get into that because it's, I'm here for one thing. As I say, I'm not fully happy with parts of it, but we can only take it as we see it, and hopefully make a profit from it. England around 66-25, 9. Again, I think England will win this game. I think England will top their group. And I think with the news in the last 24 hours that France are going to be without Benzema as well, I think potentially that quarter-final, if that does prove to be an England-France quarter-final, then, it's England are going to have a good chance in that game. Not that I'd say they're going to win, but obviously when, we put the bets out a few weeks ago for the tournament, things were different, but anyway, Senegal-Holland, 15-25-60. There's half a point in Senegal, but the figure's far too low. I think the Dutch will get off to a winning start. And I'll come to the bets I'm having, as I say. USA-Wales, 42-26-32. I think the USA, that you can get 6-4. That's the price at the moment. I'd take it, and it's simple as that. I think USA are better than Wales. I think they're a half decent side. Let's go on to Tuesday. Argentina, Saudi Arabia. Very difficult to go above this figure in any football match. They're priced up ridiculously high, 80 something percent. I can't go that high because week in, week out we see sides at this sort of price not winning, don't we, particularly in Premier League football. But I do think Argentina will win this game. I mean, there's stacks of value in Saudi, but you're just not going to do it because this figure is ridiculously low. Denmark, Tunisia, I think the bookies have got that absolutely spot on. I think Denmark are 2's on. I've got a bet in the game coming up. Tunisia, I just don't give them much of a chance. Mexico, Poland, 42-24, 34. I think there's a bit in Mexico. I don't think they're a great side. I don't think Poland are a great side either. I think Poland's recent wins I think they've only been over Wales and Austria. And I'd fancy Mexico to certainly account for both of those. So I do think there's enough in Mexico to warrant involvement. France, Australia, 69-20, 11. I did have that slightly in the early 70s, yesterday. But obviously with Benzema now not playing, I've had to drop it slightly. I still think France will win the match. I really do. Some people are predicting bad things for the French. I don't see it. That they're an experienced side. They've got a fantastic manager. I think they're a big danger still. I really, really do. Right, let's look at the bets. This is the bet which I think is a really decent bet. Other people you might think, oh, I don't fancy that. I'm not laying out that for that. But I don't work in a conventional way, as you know. So I don't think Argentina will have any problems at all in topping their group. They're in there with Saudi Arabia, Mexico and Poland. I think Argentina are good things to win that group. I think that's a given. I'm not going to back it because obviously it's too short, but I do think that they'll win that group. Now, in the last 16, they will play either Denmark or France. I'm absolutely certain of that because obviously Denmark and France, their group contains Tunisia and Australia. So we know, we are 90% sure we're going to get a round 16 game of Argentina versus Denmark or France. So, stage of elimination for Denmark, round 16, same as Argentina, same as France. Now, we can only land one winner out of this bet. Okay, so let's say it's Denmark. They're 2-1 with Bet Victor. It's going to return us 9 points. It's going to show us a profit of 2. If it's Argentina, if they get turned over by one of these two in the last 16, it's going to net us a 3-point profit. And if France get turned over by Argentina, it's going to net us a 4-point profit. So we're laying out a total of 7 points to get either 9, 10 or 11 back and show us a profit of that. So work it out for yourself. Say Argentina do get beat by, I don't know, say France. We're going to have a 4-1 winner. It's going to give us 3 points profit on 7. You can work that out what the profit on investment is. Even if it's 2 points, we're going to be looking at a profit on investment of around 28.5%. So that's going to over 50% on investment. That's 28, and obviously that's going to be, I can tell you exactly what that's going to be. That's going to be 42.85. So we're looking at a bet here that's going to net us a minimum of 28.5% profit on our money for a bet that looks to be a penalty kick. There may well be some more of these. Previous World Cups, this bet, stage of elimination, has been absolutely fantastic for me. It's netted me some really good money, and by staggering things like that, you can get some really decent prices. But you need to go to these bookmakers. Obviously, this is 7-4 in places. That's 7-2. That's 4-1. But you want to be getting those prices with those bookmakers, and then you're maximising your profit on investment. As I say all the time to people, football, it's a slow process. You cannot go into a weekend's worth of football and look to win big. It just doesn't work like that. It is a dripping tap fills the bucket job with football, and if you can't be that patient, then you shouldn't be doing it, because there is no way it's overnight instant riches in this game. So today, Ecuador to beat Qatar, 1.13-10 with Unibet. I'm going to do a double on England-Holland because I do think they'll both win, and I thought even money was a fair price for both of those to win, but you can get 1.15 with Unibet, which is a shade under 6-5. So there's 0.15 in it. That's 15% profit on investment. That is good enough for me, because bets are hard to find in this tournament. USA to beat Wales, 1.6-4 with Hills. I think this is the strongest bet of the first few days. Denmark half-time and full-time against Tunisia. The Danes are always out the traps fast. I think if you go back to I don't know, one of the videos towards the end I'd done covering the Euros. We backed Denmark half-time and full-time 4 times, I think, in that tournament, and they won 3. That's from memory. I will have to check. But that is a really, really good bet. They're always out the traps fast, the Danes, and I would expect them to be. Mexico to beat Poland 1.7-4 with Corals. And as I say, I've discussed that already. Just quickly show you those bets from the Euros. Denmark, we had them half-time, full-time, 7-4, half-time, full-time, 2-1. Half-time, full-time there, so that was 3. Yeah, we backed them 3 times at the Euros. Denmark, half-time, full-time. They won each time. Good prices as well, 7-4, 2-1, and 13-5. They're a team that are out the traps really, really early. So that's the bets I'm having between now and Tuesday. We'll quickly go on and have a look at the anti-post table, but that I think is an absolutely fantastic bet. And as I say, these were bets which I often have at big tournaments, particularly the World Cup, because I think there's an angle there. And as I say, some of you might not like laying out 7 points only to get 9 and show a profit of 2, but I tell you now, guys, if I could lay out 9 points every week and get a profit of 2 points, lay out 7 points and get a return of 9 points every week, I wouldn't be doing this. And that's the way you have to look at it. You don't have to look at it and think, oh, I'm laying out 7 points, I'm only going to get 9 back. I mean, this is close to a certainty as you can get. I think there's a 90% chance this is going to happen, because I can't see Argentina not winning the group, and I can't see Denmark and France not finishing first and second in their group. I don't know what order. And just to say, I've seen some bets about people putting up Denmark to win the group. Don't go near that. That is a really, really, really bad value bet. Reason being, Denmark are 5-2 to win the group. They're 3-1 to beat France. Denmark are going to win. They're going to beat Tunisia. They're going to beat Australia. So it's down to a shootout between them and France who wins a group. So why would you take 5-2 on Denmark to win the group when you can take 3-1 on Denmark to beat the French? Yes, they might only need a draw against France, but just don't do it. It's bad business. It really is. Look about. Don't get sucked into these obvious things. Bets like this, you won't find many people having a bet like this. But bets like this, as I say, if I can lay out 7 points and get 9 back for something that I think is pretty nigh on certain to happen, I'm going to take it. So there we go. This is a table which we'll bring up each time a video comes on. So that's where we are. Ecuador to beat Qatar, England, Holland double 1.15. I put 6-5 there because it's around that price. It's a bit shorter, but 1.15. So you're getting, I think it's a decent bet. I think it should be even money. USA to beat Wales, Denmark half-time and full-time. That's the strongest bet of the individual games. Mexico to beat Poland, and as I say, that is a sort of bet I'm hoping will come together in the first knockout stages. I don't know. The French might implode. The Argies might down tools. I really don't know. That's why I'm sort of loath to sort of do any more of these, because I just want to see how some of these teams approach this, because as I say, there has been some negative talk. So I just think it's best to opt on the side of caution. And in the outrights, I mean, we advised these, didn't we, back 23rd of September. That's drifted now. But as I say, my figures do suggest that the winner, 50% to come from those 3. But I do think there's extreme value in these other teams. I think the Dutch could be a real goer this year. But that's it, guys. I hope you're interested. And as I say, those bets definitely are worth doing. Strike rate on those is probably around, I don't know, sort of 85%, something like that. I've not got the full figures in front of me, but I wouldn't put it up if I didn't think it would win. And this is carrying my money. And just to say, these bets are a quarter of my usual stake. So, I've said that before. If you're staking £1, then this is going to be 25 pence a point. If you're taking a tenner, it's £2.50 a point, and so on. The reason being is I just dropped my stake for this because it's not a field, it's not an area where I spend an awful lot of time in. I do spend a heck of a lot of time on tournaments when they're coming up, as you know, I was studying it probably a couple of months before I put these out in September, and we're in, you know, end of November now, so spent a long time on it, like I always do. But those are my bets for the early games, and they're the outright selections. And I'll be back Tuesday at 7 p.m. and no, tell a lie, I'll try and get it done for 6 on Tuesday, because I know there's some matches. I've not worked on those matches yet in England, but I'll go through all those tomorrow and Tuesday morning, and there'll be some on Tuesday night. We'll cover Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays games in the World Cup, and might come on 3 times a week and put the games up, similar to like what I did in the Euros. But that's it, guys. Fingers crossed we can make a good start today. As I say, I think that's an absolutely outstanding bet. Take it. You know, one of these will win, and I've staked it in such a way that we're maximising our profit on investment. That's it. Back Tuesday. Bye for now.